Now I'm going to give you the full sauce on how I literally get into these trades early, how you can look at these things and just hop into any market because they all move the same. No matter what time frame, no matter what pair, no matter what asset you use, it's all the same thing. Now look at this. Almost got stopped out. Almost got stopped out. Continues pushing higher. Continues pushing higher. And just goes and goes. Quick disclaimer. Trading carries a high level of risk, so anything done is your responsibility. The content on this channel is for educational purposes only and are my perspective and personal opinions. Well, go on, peeps. This is for everybody that's inside of the Discord. I want to break down exactly how we got into gold today, right? So put simply, as you can see up here on my time frames, right? I have 1 minute, 15 minute, 1 hour, 1 day, weekly, monthly, and a 2 hour, which does not need to be here. Yeah, so those are the time frames that I pretty much look at, and it all depends on what you want to get into, right? So based on what I use in right now, I've only just modified this today. Instead of using 1 hour to 1 minute, I literally just going from 15 minute to 1 minute. So let me break down exactly how I was approaching this so that you can kind of see it and understand it, right? I don't need that. Let me just close that. So whenever I get on a chart, I need to see what my higher time frames are doing. I already know that my daily is bullish because look at this thing. You know what I mean? We're repeating the same cycles over and over, going for the target tops. Simple as that. So if I have mine drawn up here, I'm literally targeting that. I just need to see certain things happen. So now I'm going to give you the full sauce on how I literally get into these trades early, how you can look at these things and just hop into any market because they all move the same. No matter what time frame, no matter what pair, no matter what asset you use, it's all the same thing. So these two MAs that I have is 6 low SMMA and then 6 high. So they never do cross, right? I'll check it out. Couldn't find it on the App Store. I was curious. A different name. Sure. Yeah, man. Cool. I'll address that in the thing. But check this now. So my MAs never do cross. All it does for me is literally just give me the confirmation that I want. So when a price, so what I'm looking for is for price to literally close above. This is what I'm looking for. This is the system. So bam, 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 break of structure down, and that is my system right here. So now you can understand this is what I'm looking for at all times, right? I'm looking for this first break to happen. I'm looking for that first break to happen, literally. And then when this comes up and starts to go down, this becomes my liquidity target top. Very simply put, and I'm starting to look for trades right in here. But based on whatever time frame you're looking at, your entry would be through that high. Simple as that, and you're targeting this. So I'm gonna make this, I literally gonna put this inside of the group so everybody can see that this is the literal system and this is the market mechanics on repeat over and over again. Here it is, high coming up, boom, stops here, leaves a gap. That gap is this, comes down and then breaks that, breaks this. See, it broke it, came down and then took off. And I'm targeting this. Very simply put. You can even look on it like this too, right? Comes down, comes up, comes down, breaks this, comes down, leaves that gap, and then now you trade through the high, targeting what? These highs. And look at where this would have taken you. You know what I mean? So this is the same system on repeat, just shaped differently. Do you see? Do you see? Do you see? Do you see that it's the same thing? Can you see that? And it's happening on repeat. And I'm glad that I can show you it like this because it takes many different forms, but it's the same concept, the same mechanics happening over and over again. This is just a simplified version to make you understand what you're looking for. So now to translate this now into what we've been seeing on gold is very simple. Price coming down, does the same thing, comes up, breaks this, and now we're looking for that continuation, right? So even if you bought through this one, you would have failed, and then buying through this, you would have been in this trade right here right now. So let me show you exactly what I'm looking for with the involvement of the MAs. What I just explained to you just a while ago is how the market mechanics works, but now I'm going to show you how I made it simpler, which is what my mentor was teaching. The thing before that I just explained was what my mentor was teaching before, but I simplified that same thing because I'm just a guy that simplifies systems. That's just me naturally, right? So I use the MAs, and when a candle closes above there, that's when I start to look for the gap down and then entry. So I would have entered here also and just taken 1L. Who cares? Guess what? Price comes up now, closes. So now we closed above the MAs, which means I can now look for that gap. Here's the first gap. Boom. Like, this is where I would have scaled down now to the 15-minute from I saw price close there and didn't move up any higher. So immediately, see there, and then price closed down. I'm literally now looking for the 15-minute to actually come up, close, and give me the same entries, right? Cool. So now that's exactly how I would look for it. And I would be targeting the daily highs with the 15-minute. And then once the 15-minute does the exact same thing, guess what I'm looking for? Close, comes down, leaves that gap. I'm down here on the 1-minute chart now, looking for the same thing to target these highs, and these highs. But what it rewards me is the fact that I get into these trades mega early, and I get tighter stop losses, super tight stop losses, because the market structure and the market mechanics works the same on all time frames. Time frames do not matter, So let's get into today now. So let's hop back into today. So now you understand what we're looking for. Now let's get into what we could have got into today, which we did get into. But yeah, so here it is. Comes down, gives another gap, blah, blah, blah. Once it's on the inside of structure and hasn't taken the liquidity target top, you can take any one of these trades. So let me keep this on. This was a good trade. That was a good trade. Right now, this is a good trade. You get what I'm saying? And your stop would have been there. For this one, your stop would have been here. And then for this one, your stop would have been here right now. And right now, you'd have been into 3 trades going in for gold. Right now, this one has gone into 1 to 1, 1 to 6, 1. This is just a 1 to 12. 1 to 1.2. And that's what you'd have been at right now. Cool. So, but I traded on a smaller time frame. So let me show you how I get into it. Then this was the liquidity target top, which I sent out in the group. You're gonna be able to see it. You see it, you know what I mean, in the Tev's trade ideas. So from here on the daily, I jumped down. See, so liquidity target top. I jumped down straight into the 15-minute chart, right? This is where you'd be looking for price to be closing above, giving you the gap, and then getting into this on this leg right here. This is where you'd been looking, Anyways, so let me turn on let me show you. I don't even need to turn it on because this is just, I can replicate what I did easily without any hiccups, without any guesswork, because there is no guesswork. It's just, is it giving you the setup or not? Simple as that. Anyways, so this morning we got onto the charts around 8 something. So this is where price is going on. So here, this is where we got in. So I realized, okay, price came up and closed right here. Again, same system on repeat. This thing right here. So bam, 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 bam. This same thing on repeat. Here it is. Let me show you how it look right here. Same things, down, up. I can do the same thing right here and just show you. Bam, 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 bam. Broke this. See here, stop right there. See the gap right here? Came down, stopped right there, left the gap, and then took off. Right? And that was from 6:45 this morning. But I wouldn't have been in there from that early. But that's when I could have gotten in. Instead, because remember, like I just showed you, you can get in on all the ones once it's inside of structure. And guess what? on the 15-minute, that is the structure. So all of these, anyone that has the gap at the top, you can get into any one of these. You know what I mean? Very simply put. So I'm looking for this system over and over and over again. Guess what? Price stops right here. So this is the first one, first high that you get. Then the second one is right here. So reality speaking, this was the liquidity target top that I came and saw today around 8:30, right? I saw that price closed right there, so that became my liquidity target top. So let me actually draw it out like I saw it earlier today. Liquidity target top, and I'm gonna do the replay. Why? Because this is just how the thing works. There's no reason to bullshit anything. You know what I mean? Here it is. So once I saw price close right there, I know that I'm safe to get down to the 1 minute to look for the trade to go up. Get down to the 1 minute. Here it is. So remember I took 2 losses before this. So I'm looking for the exact same thing. Price came, closed up, and then gapped down. So I took this first trade. And just to prove it, I'm gonna turn on this one here, which is January 21st. Yeah, right. I have it here. Yeah, right. Cool. I can turn this on and show you exactly what the trades were, so you can understand that it's all the same thing happening over and over. I took that, put it to the low, got stopped out right there. Cool. I just waiting now for, as long as it doesn't pass this, then it doesn't matter to me, because then no, that's another wait, and then I just waiting on it to close again. So I'm waiting on price to come back up and close above that. Price does that, close there, nothing for me to do. Price comes and closes right here. What am I waiting for? The gap. Boom, there's the gap. This now is where I want to take my trade to go up. Liquidity target top. I'm looking for price to trade through this, and I'm entering on that. So what do? I'm waiting on price to pass through that. And if that's the low, then that's what I'm getting into. Cool. Price passes through. All I'm doing now is targeting this and just going higher. What happens? Comes and stops me out. Great. I'm happy with that. Now what am I waiting on? The same thing to happen. Why? Because my higher time frame still is bullish. Why would I ever change my bias? Or just because I lost 2 trades right there, why would I ever change my bias? You need to make sure that you're risking properly so that you don't blow your account. Simple as that. So now I'm just waiting on price to come over. Cool. See, so it broke that. I don't really care. I just need to see price. This is where it faked a lot of people out, because this is how some people would be like, oh, well, it broke structure there, going down, and then it broke structure there again, and it's going down. So I'm looking for sells, and this is how liquidity is generated. That's how liquidity is generated, folks. You do not want to be a part of that form of liquidity. You want to be a part of the liquidity that is moving in the direction that is going after the other liquidity. Simple as that. So I'm waiting for price to close above. Guess what? Not yet. We get that close. Soon as this closes, I'm waiting for that gap. Not yet. And I don't want it to close below this. So now I'm ready to take this trade up if it passes that, and this is going to be my low, and I'm going to get into that. Cool. So it goes lower, so my stop goes under that one, starts to move higher. Cool. Immediately puts me into the trade. Now look at this. Almost got stopped out. Continues pushing higher, and just goes and goes, right? So we started managing the trade, and then I said that if it passes this is how you know this is not any bullshit, because I can tell you this thing verbatim on how I think about this thing, and this is how you are going to be doing the exact same thing as me in a matter of no time once you watch this, because it's the same system on repeat. Nothing has changed. This is just what it is. I use the MAs as well for managing. So not only do I use it for entry, I use it to manage the trade. So I said right here, if it crosses right there, I'm taking my first partial. Partialing is the way. You don't need to close the trade, and you don't need to
put your stop loss way up there, nothing like that. Just partial it, take a little piece of the money and let the rest run. Then it continued going. And then from up here, I said, in case it has insane strength, I'm just going to partial out some more. I probably took another partial up there. But either way, that's the gist of it. I can just leave that there now. And you can understand what this thing did today. Like you saw it. You know what I mean? That was the thing. That was the trade right there. You know? And let me show you, just to show you the proof of it. Here it is now. January 21st markups. Look at it. Look at it. It's identical. Look at the partial line. Look at the entries. Nothing has changed, not even by a centimeter, not even a millimeter. Nothing has changed because the system is the mechanics of it. I don't care about no supply and so it is supply and demand, but it's a different view. It's a different way to look at it, which is what's unique about it. We're not waiting for a price to return to end zones. We don't care about that. The way how I can go deep on that on another video, but yeah, I know we ain't on nothing to return there or nothing like that. It's the exact same thing over and over on repeat. Look at the same trades. Look at this overlapping. Why? Because that's the system. That's the system. And you just saw me go back and then replay it so that you could see that it's the same thing I'm looking for. So trust me, stick around and see how this thing works. You will find a lot of value with this. And then even looking like, if you wanted to add more positions, this is how you can start stacking positions. And like, this is how people get some crazy profits per day. Like you saw that first one there. Let me show you something now. I can take all of this off because I already have it drawn out right here, which is the official one. But look at this. This is where we just took the trade. Look at what happened again. Look at all the different entries that you could have gotten into. This one right here, which we did, traded through that, did that. What do you see here? This is another gap right here. Trade right through that. Bam. Stop loss under there. What do you see right here? Another gap. Bam. Trade right through there. Stop loss under here. This was probably the tightest one, which was right there. That was the tightest one that would have gotten you in. Tightest one. This one would have been crazy numbers, but anyways, you can still see where you could have gotten into that. The next one was right here. You would have gotten stopped out. And this is all just in case you came onto the charts late. Then you'd be able to observe what has happened, and then you can continue trading it. Then this new gap right here. So you would have gotten into, so far you'd have lost one. This one right under here. So you would have almost, like by a hair, almost got stopped out of this one. But then price came back down, and all you waiting on again, after it closes here, once it closes below that MA, I don't care about it. Take a partial or whatever, but I don't care about it. I need price to close above for me to continue looking for those same entries. Where's the next one? Right there. That's the low right there. Where's the next one? Right here. Where's the low? Right here. So you'd have gotten stopped out of this one. Price hasn't closed below, so I'm still looking for the next one to travel above it, which is this one right here. Because now, instead of getting that smaller gap right there, this one came back down and gave me a bigger entry. And this same bigger entry would have kept us into the same trade. Look at how many entries there were. Like, this thing is insane. So when you understand the mechanics of it, yo, I know you watching this video right now like, nah, this shit is crazy. Now that you understand the market mechanics, you're gonna go crazy with this, with your personal account and your funded. And the funded aspect of it, I'm gonna be showing you guys very soon how you can increase your capital by getting funded with one of these different prop firms, right? So right now I funded with Funded Next, and I have a $50,000 account, and I trading with that one. But I not even pushed that to you guys yet, because I need you guys to actually be able to take your personal account and carry it to a certain level first. Build the discipline and stuff like that, because trading with that level of money, it's easy to be like, oh, well, splurge or just mess around and stuff like that. You need to have the discipline first. Look at the same thing on repeat though. Price closes right here, comes up, gives you that gap right here, closes below. So I don't really care about it anymore. Even if it does come and trade through that, of course you can see where you'd have been profitable, right? But I don't really care about that. That's not how I want to see the trades work out. And even though this one still didn't take the high, so if you want to do that, you can do that. I'm not saying you have to trade like me. I'm saying this is exactly how market mechanics works, and you can do whatever you want to do. So after you learn this is when you now can modify it and twist it to your own liking and then create your own system. Because the guy that I learned from, he taught market mechanics, but the way how he has his system is a little bit too complicated, but yet still teaching market mechanics. What I did was simplify what his system is. You understand? I simplified his system and made it 10 times better. That's it. That's all we're here for. Like in real life, you have people that create things, and then your job, or you coming to see things in this new world, all you're here to do now is literally modify things and see things. You're not here to reinvent the wheel, but find the thing that works or find the things that you like, and then literally just modify it, make it better, make it simpler, make it easier. You know what I mean? Simple as that. So see, came back down, left the gap right there. You'd have taken an L right here, you know, coming down from right there. What do you see happen? The exact same thing. Gap, boom, you taking an L right there. Gap, up, boom, you taking an L right there. Still didn't close, so you taking that trade right here. So you'd have been 2 losses deep in here, 3 losses deep in here, and then that one that took off and made you profitable. Like, come on, man. But imagine, this is where we got into that trade this morning after the 2 losses. So you can't watch the losses, bro. You just have to understand that you're letting probability play out, and that's just what it is. Very simply put. And yeah, just looking in here on the trade ideas, you can literally see every single thing. You can see every single thing. See, I did the markups before. Let's go to where I took the 2 L's. Nah, so that was thing there from before. So cool, that was last night, right? Now in on gold. That was the first trade. Here it is. That was the first trade right here. Beautiful -1. Back in gold. Transparency. Took another L. See, -1. And then gold 1 minute, third trade. This is the same one, and I put in it out there so you can see it. See that? This is the result. And you can see the videos on the YouTube. You can see the videos and stuff that I showed you already, that you can see is proving that this thing just works. But you have to allow probability to play out, which means the amount of times you're going to lose or the amount of times you're going to lose, and the amount of times that you're going to win, you know how the story goes. Find a way to maximize the chances of you winning though. Make your win rate higher, and as high as you can, which means you have to understand your system, know your system, see what it does, and then find ways to modify it to make sense for you. If that means, okay, instead of you, for example, instead of you maybe getting in on that, maybe you take a bigger stop loss, which increases the likelihood of you getting into profitable trades, but you have smaller upside, the ratio. You know what I mean? Modify it however you see fit. Just make it work for you. And then as you can see, we managing the trade going through. That's it. Managing. Crazy. And if you didn't take any partials, let's just say you a person now that decide, no, you create your system, you say, man, I don't want to take any partials because I want the absolute best upside. That simply means, okay, you go break even and now you leave it. Why? Because you've tested your system to realize, like, over 100 trades, if you let your trade run, it'll run to at least a 1 to 5 or a 1 to 7 or a 1 to 10, and then you take out your trade or your partial then, you know. So this totally ran max potential today, ran up to 1 to 8.53. If that's $100 you traded with, that's $853 gain. It's crazy. Tell me what you're going to put $800 in right now, $100 and get $853 from right now in a matter of Okay, max potential roughly right here. In a matter of 4 hours, bro. Tell me. Nothing. That's what. And remember the other entries in here that you could have taken up. So that could have double, triple, quadruple. I think you understand the system. Look at it. The same thing happening here. You know? This is the same thing. And then boom, bam, the same thing. The same thing. Happening on repeat. And on a bigger scale, this is the same thing. The same thing. The same thing. And right now, this more than likely will do something like this. You know what I mean? You know, like whatever, play around, and then come back up and do the same thing. It'll do the same thing on repeat. Cause see, it does. That's just how the mechanics work. Family, I don't think I need to say anything else. Big up your damn self.